you just complaining for no reason? Yes, this school is about tradition, and yes, we've had this schedule for 20 years, but that's not what this is about. This is about student voice not being included in the process to decide something that directly affects us. I'm going to give you Indy Harwood.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Indy Harwood and I'm a junior here at West Albany. The reason why I'm standing up here in front of you all is because I'm tired of being heard without being listened to. I'm sick of not being asked my needs or being asked my needs and having them dismissed. As students, we are subjected to the will of our parents, our teachers, and our board of education commonly without consent. They say my education is what I make of it, but where is my suggestion box? We've had to fight using a petition, emails, conferences, board meetings, radio shows, newspapers, organized a walkout, and even contacted the mayor before they decided to consider an extension of break times between classes next year. I was asked to speak on behalf of neurodivergent students, especially those with ADHD and ADD, as I have been diagnosed with ADD myself. We range in kids with ADD to those with autism here at West Albany. Especially in kids with autism, many face triggers and change that can cause shutdowns, breakdowns, and other struggles. Our staff has worked tirelessly to offer them as much support and stability as possible, but this change will only push them back down the hill they work to adjust to. I, for one, struggle with change and anxiety, which is only amplified by my ADD. If I become too overwhelmed, I will suffer consequences, such as panic attacks and dissociation. My panic attacks alone range from 30 to 40 minutes, and dissociation can last an entire day. It can take me just as long to recover from these symptoms. With my struggles in focus and the levels of stress that will be present, I am sure to face these consequences next year. It is beyond my control to speed up these symptoms, or even stop them in some cases, but it is not beyond me to ask the people in charge of my school life to consider their role in my well-being.
Yeah!
The control of the district and superintendent to take into account our collective mental and academic stability, as this is our home nearly half of the day. I am prepared and I am resolved to the fact that I will face the challenges I've talked about next year, but I am also prepared to keep fighting for an education that best helps me to succeed. Our in-South neurodivergent students deserve recognition and consideration in the forming of next year's hybrid schedule. Our whole lives we've been expected to learn like our neurotypical peers and to adapt just as easily as everyone else. It is unacceptable to assume that these students will integrate smoothly or just be able to figure it out, when our routine-oriented brains are introduced to a master schedule of 3 class schedules, and one of which is completely new. Although the board and superintendents have labeled this non-negotiable since day one, I don't consider our efforts in vain. I don't see this as a loss, because just look at how fiercely we fought. Look at your people next to you. Yeah. Look at what we've done. Over 1,100 signatures. We bond board directors and hired with emails, held our own conferences, met with Superintendent Goff, put our story on the radio, contacted the Democrat Herald, called the mayor, and walked out of class to demonstrate our will to fight to the end.
Yes!
I am so proud of this community and this family at West Albany that makes up students, staff, parents, and alumni. I am grateful I landed here among students who care about their futures and where their education is taking them. I feel reassured by the fact that I go to school with lovers who are also fighters. Whatever happens next, have comfort in the fact that you're surrounded by like-minded people who will have your back in a heartbeat, and someone to walk to the counseling office crying with you in case you need it. Thank you so much for not only hearing me, but listening. Dogs on 3. 1, 2, 3, dogs!
Alrighty. Let's keep the energy up. We've got someone next. Spencer Madsen.
Thank you, Sakshi, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for making history with us today. I just want to say I'm mad, but we have a right to be upset after our lives were turned upside down with COVID-19. In the middle of such a crappy year, we were told that it's not over and we aren't going to have a normal schedule for a whole nother year. The decision you've made here today is not something that will affect us for today, but for a year after. And in our short lives, a year is very significant. It is our unity that has given us the capacity to be heard. It's clear that some would not listen to such clear opposition, and that courage you've shown today by being here will make sure that even with the opposition, it is not enough to silence us. We were not asked for input about the scheduling decision made, but we're going to give it anyway, because this is our school and this is our lives. We deserve to be acknowledged, and each and every one of you today is making that voice of change louder. We stand out in defiance. We show that we are not sheep to be herded into a den, but bulls blazing our own path across the world. And whatever happens, a mark has been made on the imprint of this school. I'm sure many of you have had many important things you needed to be doing, but you have shown through all of your sacrifice that great change is possible. I'm proud to be among such trailblazers and grateful for your steadfastness in this wake of adversity. Let's push through this together and show our amazing school spirit. Go Dogs!
Next up, we got Junior Class President Andy Craig.
Good afternoon, my fellow Bulldogs. First off, I would like to thank the teachers and staff and Mrs. Osborne for giving us this platform. It's nice to know that somebody cares about our voices. We have proven we have support for this movement with online petitions. An online petition that was so aimlessly thrown out without any consideration. With one email, they have silenced and invalidated 1,100 plus voices, 1,100 plus people, and 1,100 plus problems. We have been given spotty emails and unclear explanations. So to that, I will ask the Great Albany Public Schools Board and administration a single, well put together, unscattered, organized question. Are you willing to reconsider? Are you willing to build the bridges that you so much talk about?
Into it.
I ask that the GAPS administration extend an open palm of unity instead of a closed fist of distrust. I ask a reconsideration that uses teacher voices, students' opinions, and administrator guidance. More policies and plans made with this kind of dedication to our education will truly bring us to a greater Albany public school.
All right, guys. That's all the speeches we have for you today. But Amy opened us with her speech, which she ended with 1, 2, 3 dogs. I think we should close it. Yeah? All right.